Welcome again, fans, to SCAC Men's Soccer's Media Day. Our last stop is San Antonio, Texas, with the defending SCAC champions, the Trinity Men's Soccer team. Joining us is head coach Paul McGinlay and senior midfielder Raz Forsten. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for the invitation.
Coach,
thank you.
We'll start with you. Just kind of give us your expectations for 2013.
Well, I guess that's an easy question. They really don't change annually. We have three things on our plate. The first thing is to retain our conference championship. The second is to be the #1 team in the region. And then the third is to progress through the national championship rounds and maximize our season, hopefully all the way to December 7th.
Now, Coach, it's no secret Trinity has consistently been such a great national powerhouse, have won a national title under your belt. What's the secret? How do you guys consistently stay on the top?
Good players. I think we, in the recruiting process, it certainly helps if you're bringing in talented student athletes at 18. Obviously, while they're here, we got to hope that they improve and they get better, and that's consistently happened through the couple of decades that I've been fortunate enough to coach here. And it's a driven group of student athletes that annually want to imprint their picture on the Trinity soccer landscape. Each senior class obviously knows that they're 3 months away from potentially ending their career, and the desire to end on the highest possible stage in the Final Four is just become part of the DNA of the program.
I also want to get your comments on this. You guys, as we just mentioned, consistently top both in the conference and national landscape. But how do you handle that target on your back from week to week, game to game, where you're going to get everybody's best game possible, and everybody's going to want to knock off one of the best teams in the country? So tell me, how do you handle that target on your back from week to week?
Well, it's not easy, but every time we meet in a room right before the game and we go over all our goals, and it's the same goals every week, and we just implement it in everyone's minds. And we start preparation right after the game for the next week's game, and it's not always easy being a team that everyone wants to beat and people assume is going to win. And we work every day hard in practice to make sure that we are that team, though.
Brad, I'll come back to you. Tell us some of the team goals this season as well as individual goals you're hoping to accomplish.
Well, for team goals, just like Coach McGinlay was saying, we have conference first, then regional, and then obviously the national championship. The last few years have been knocked out early, in our opinion, for the national championship and the tournament. And that's not acceptable for us. So obviously we want to win the national championship. And then for my personal goal, I'm a fifth-year senior, so I'll be helping the team, helping the younger guys there with learning how to adapt to the college game, and then be there to compliment them when they do well, but also be hard on them when they're not doing well. We also have 3 other captains to help me lead the team, and there are a few more seniors on the team as well that each have a leadership role. So it's not just up to the captains, but it would be great if we'd win the national championship.
Coach, I'll come back to you. A little early in preseason, but tell us some individuals that have stood out to you thus far.
Well, you always got to hope that your returning players are establishing themselves as a cut above the first-year group. That certainly is the case. Raz is a fifth-year senior, along with Matt Cardone in goal, returning junior, first-team All-American, and picked up a tremendous accolade there last year, and also is moved into a leadership role with the team with his captaincy. Yuri has had a tremendous 3 years here at the school, and moving into his senior year as much more of an attacking role this year. And we've got a couple of first years that are already starting to make a name for themselves, knocking on the door of the first team, and both coming from domestic areas as well as some internationals that have joined us too. So it's a pretty balanced group in terms of senior, junior, sophomore, first year, and at this point in time, as we move into one-a-days, a pretty determined group too. So it's exciting to see what's up ahead here this next few weeks. We have a nice test on Monday night. We play the professional team from the San Antonio Scorpions from the NASL. So that will certainly give us an idea clearly as to where we stand.
You're watching SCAC Men's Soccer Media Days. We're joined here by the defending SCAC champions, the Trinity University Tigers. And Raz, I'll come back to you. We talked a little bit about some goals you guys want to accomplish this year. And you as a fifth-year senior, how important is it to you to really emerge as a leader and lead this team forward to meet the goals you want to accomplish?
Well, I mean, it's extremely important. As you said, this is my 5th year here, so I've seen us been knocked out 4 years. I, of all people, should know what has knocked us out, what our weaknesses have been, what we need to improve on, and I'm every day trying to help the squad understand that there's certain things that will weaken our year, and certain things that will help improve our chances of winning the national championship.
I'll get you guys out on this. I want to get both of your thoughts on this final question. For Trinity to be successful in 2013, what are going to be some of the keys?
You want to go first, Raz?
I mean, we have a great amount of talent on this team, like we have in previous years as well. But I think this year we have a good balance of newcomers and returning leaders, and also they're a very disciplined group as well, and I think that's going to take us very far.
I think certainly that's great insight from Raz as a fifth-year senior. 4 exits is tough to take. I think looking back, each one may have been preventable in some way, and it's always a disappointment to go out. But it's driving this group forward to try and maximize their season and get to the Final Four, one round at a time. But I think what's going to be, will be difficult for teams to stop. You might be able to stop one player, but we've got another one that could maybe do some damage, and it's a multifaceted attack. So I think we can score goals, and I think our ability to go further in the season and deep in the tournament will be determined by our ability to defend well as a team. So you have to play on both sides of the ball. I think we're fairly balanced on both sides, and as is the case annually, it's with great excitement that we approach the Labor Day weekend opening, and we hope to make a big mark for ourselves to kick off the season.
You've been watching SCAC Men's Soccer Media Day with the Trinity Tigers out of San Antonio, Texas. Coach McGinlay, Raz, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and good luck in 2013.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
The Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, a conference of good sports.